It didn't matter what I went to go see, as long as I could sneak in some Halloween candy and also pick up the amazing new Gladiator bucket. Over on Facebook, I mentioned that I got this at Robert Zemekis' here, so there had better be some epic Colosseum battles in it. Well, not quite, but there were dinosaurs in it. I've never seen the Gladiator fight one of those. Here is an ambitious film all centered in one fixed spot in a living room with one camera angle where we span generations and millennia, from the Ice Age to the Sony Walkman to Benjamin Franklin popping up. It's kinda in that category of movie that comes out around this time and takes a big swing in Oscar season where there's nothing else quite like it in theaters, but sometimes doesn't quite land, like Collateral Beauty or Downsizing or Welcome to Marwen. Though in this case, I liked it better than those. The movie's not great, but there was plenty I liked about it. I was impressed by the editing. This is a risky movie, one that could become tedious pretty quick, but because of the non-linear flow and also getting creative with the scene transitions, with uses of picture-in-picture, where a lot of the screen could be one decade, but part of it might be from the decades past or future, they really do create a flow from one brief moment to the next, and that works more often than it doesn't. There's little things they add so you know what time period you're in, from the cars in the background to what's on the television, and even the family's moods, reflecting the moods of the country at the time, with talks about the war or the economy. This is rare for me to say, but I actually thought they did a good job with the de-aging. I got used to it quick once I stopped looking for any flaws in it. There's parts that are very cheesy and overly sentimental, in a way that if it were made 30 or 40 years ago, it'd probably get better reviews than it's getting now, but there are genuinely sweet moments too, and the ending in particular really worked for me. And a lot of times it does its job at making you reflect back on little moments of your own life. The movie doesn't completely work though. While there is a flow to the scenes because of the editing, and some moments of time do thematically tie into each other, there's other parts that are random, and there'd be characters I'd forget about. The Michelle Dockery stuff starts interesting, but then she's gone for a lot of it, and when she came back, I'd forgotten about that plot. The most entertaining couple was the one from the 40s where the guy invents the lazy boy. Then there's others where it's like, this whole plot didn't really need to be here. While I did like the de-aging, I still didn't really buy him at 18. There's scenes where he and Paul Bettany look more like brothers than father and son. There's lines that are way too on the nose, like them working the word here into it to a cartoonish extent, or frequently saying things like, "Time sure does fly." Some jokes are a bit silly. There's even a record scratch joke in it. It's a slice of life movie, so the plots are fairly standard with no big twists, but I did still get caught up in the main story as it went on. Honestly, what took getting used to the most was the acting. Because of the movie's gimmick, they all have to emote more than they probably would without the one camera angle. So it was very hard to connect with a lot of these characters. They did feel less like real people and like I was just watching acting. It's like if you crossed a Disney World attraction with dinner theater, a touch of Terrence Malick's Tree of Life, and forgetting to hit pause on an open world game, setting down the remote, and this is what the characters are doing. It was a B- for me. I was glad I saw it. There's not really a rewatchability factor here, but there was enough of it that worked for me as a one-time sit. Take that for what it's worth. What's that noise? Oh, that's what was missing from the movie. The sound of somebody doing yard work outside. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to subscribe to us today and click the notification bell, and we'll see you next time.